Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So I got Bitcoin up here at $47,100, and I feel like over the last several days now, I have been talking about price of Bitcoin and XRP for that matter, and nothing has really changed. Take a look at this, guys. Low volume down here. Again, not a lot of traders terribly interested in trading at this moment in time. We are just waiting for a dump or a pump to the upside, and this is going to dictate where the rest of the market goes. You can see these are all daily candlesticks, and if I get rid of all that, you can see we're still just kind of hovering in that range, in and around there. Tight range anywhere between 46,500 and 50,000, give or take, 50,300, 200, give or take. So that's the story for the leader of the cryptocurrency pack, Bitcoin and XRP. Up here, still trading at around 80.5 cents, so 0.80466 at this moment in time. We're still waiting for that XRP pump. And, we're only going to see that pump once money comes out of other cryptocurrencies and pumps into the desirable altcoins. Now, traditionally, what we see is money pumping out of Bitcoin into altcoins. That's what generally denotes alt season. But we really still haven't seen that. We haven't seen the Bitcoin move. We haven't seen altcoins really take off yet. However, there are some in the XRP community that are losing faith. And I wanted to bring this to your attention in case you guys are feeling the same way. Tipsy Tiger here on Twitter saying I'm literally a finger push from giving up on my XRP now. I've spent way too much time on XRP now, wasted energy focused on the SEC BS, AD's fiasco, really exhausted from this consistent uphill battle. You and me both, buddy. But at the same time, we are so close to being at the other end. And, this is exactly what they want. They want us to be tired. They want us to be dragging through this bull market with XRP not really performing, at least not performing. I mean, to be honest with you, XRP has still performed quite well. It is still up 592% since that initial collapse of all markets back in March of 2020. So it's not to say that XRP is underwater. I mean, it just has not perform the same way as other altcoins. But Massimo responding here, it's frustrating. Mike, no doubt about it. If I had not gotten off the maxi mentality 15 months ago and diversified with other assets, I'd be going out of my mind right now. So, that is one solution. I mean, everybody should be diversifying their portfolios. I'm holding simply because my down cost average is 30 cents. And so, if you bought XRP at the height up here, I could see how maybe you'd be a little frustrated. But I know for most of us in this space, we cost averaged out at 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, which means technically you're in profit. And guys, it's only a matter of time, I truly believe, before those profits really kind of take off. Darren down here saying, I wish I could help. I've been obsessed since 2017 and haven't stopped. But if I wanted to lower the obsession, I'd reduce my bag size. Large positions require your undivided attention. Stuart XRP down here saying, don't get emotionally attached to your crypto is the best advice I could give, Mike. You were here to make money, right? I managed to diversify early this year with ADA and also got a smaller XRP bag. So again, diversifying, obviously, maybe too little too late at this point in time. But at no point did anybody ever tell anybody that they should only hold XRP, and that is it. Again, full disclosure, I do hold a handful of cryptocurrencies, so Algorand being one of them. I have VeChain, XRP, Bitcoin, and I do hold some Bitcoin Cash as well. One of the low flyers right now, waiting for that pump to the upside. So if you guys are feeling this way, just be mindful you are not alone. And to the positive, I wanted to bring you this. Michael at Val5Links posted this. Macro guru Raoul is doubling down on crypto as he launches new digital asset fund to stay in trade for years. So for those of you guys who are wondering, there are people, namely Pal, who are basically saying, I am not even going to be cashing out of this investment in the near term. So he says that he set up a crypto investment fund known as an exponential age asset management that will have a long-term view. He says, people have asked if I have taken any profits, and the answer is no. I keep adding to my bet when I have cash. I have switched around with digital assets and have also set up an entire crypto fund of hedge funds to stay in the trade for years. The Real Vision CEO says that in the event of a significant appreciation of his crypto assets, he could take profits in order to meet personal expenses. If the reverse were to happen, Pal says he wouldn't sell. I will allocate to the fund for my core position as the space gets more complex and hard, but I will take some life expenses off the table in a very big move higher. I've got a big house extension to pay for. So he does also mention here that he does have additional cash flow for daily expenses. Powell also says that he is debt free. With all his cash being in cryptocurrencies, he is reliant on a separate income to meet day-to-day expenses. So, despite his situation, I know most of us are not in this situation, guys like Raoul Powell are seeing crypto as the mega long play. And so this is why he's setting up a fund like this. I mean, it is easier to say this when you do have additional revenue sources to pay for your bills and stuff. Nevertheless, I think the sentiment is very clear. Crypto is here to stay. And guys, this is just the beginning. We also know Raoul Powell has gone on the record and said, XRP could be one of the biggest profit opportunities in cryptocurrency of our lifetime. Got another one here, guys, from T-Holbet at XRP. Crypto Finance now lists BTC, ETH, XRP, BCH, and LTC. So this is coming out of Deutsche Börse. They completed an acquisition of major stake in Crypto Finance. And Crypto Finance is a FINMA-regulated provider of trading custody and investment services for digital assets. The agreement was signed in June and just closed a couple of days ago, December 15th. The acquisition lays the foundation for building an independent, transparent, and highly scalable ecosystem for digital assets under European regulation. Deutsche Börse will now be able to provide its partners and clients with direct and easy access to digital asset services, including post-trade services. A wide range of digital assets is made available to existing customers and new market participants via their establishment platforms. In addition, synergies will serve to optimize processes and systems. As part of Deutsche Börse, Crypto Finance will leverage the access to Deutsche Börse's client and infrastructure network, as well as its strong capital base to further grow the Crypto Finance team, realize structural growth paths, and strategically broaden both its product and service portfolio. Expansion of a customer base will be intensified with a focus on Germany and Europe and Singapore in Asia, guys. And here's a quote: thanks to Crypto Finance's proven expertise and the technologies they have developed, we can now enable financial institutions and professional investors to enter the digital asset market. This is a step further in our digital asset strategy. So also notice that they are listing XRP, something that, in the United States is still being questioned. And now apparently even in Canada, we're seeing exchanges delist XRP. Yet in Europe, we are seeing exchanges coming online and in fact listing XRP among the usual suspects like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. So that's an interesting piece of news there. I wanted to thank T-Holbet for posting that. This one coming from Martin Vault, guys. This has to do with the Flare Networks and Global Esports Federation. So apparently Global Esports Federation introduces its permanent symbol in partnership with Flare. GEF's global partner Flare has demonstrated its deep commitment to the esports community by donating a total of 1 million Songbird and helping the global broadcast reach the entire world. This will be shared with every athlete and the team heading to Singapore. One of GEF's core missions is to cultivate competition along with developing communities by connecting sports, esports, and technology. Flare Networks also believes that esports has limitless blockchain potential, which is yet to be explored. And so here's a note from the CEO of Flare, Hugo Fillion. He says, "We believe that esports presents a limitless potential for blockchain applications. Together with the Global Esports Federation, we are committed to building a fair, fast, decentralized, and low carbon footprint network where individuals and communities can take better control of their collective futures and experiences, interacting with each other in ways not previously possible." So there you have it, guys. Esports now integrating with the Flare networks. And you got to remember, right, gaming and e-gaming becoming huge industries worldwide. They've been growing even pre-pandemic, but even since the pandemic, I believe their numbers have grown even further. And think about it, right? If people are going to be interacting in the metaverse, which, if that is our reality, that is what it is. Well, this can be even more popular, right? We are seeing more of this, and now, the Flare Networks integrated with this esports company, Global Esports Federation. So interesting news there. Wanted to thank Martin for pointing that out. And this was a big one, guys. Did you see this today? Wrath of Kahneman posted this, excited that Xange, is that how you pronounce it, is developing tokenized carbon credits on the XRP ledger. Well, listen to this. Xange or Exchange will develop a carbon credit solution on the XRP ledger. Exchange.com, a sustainable run security exchange operated in partnership with the United Nations, All right, make a note of that. Announced today that it will develop a carbon credit solution on the carbon neutral XRP ledger. Xange is working hand in hand with the UN Development System, or the UNDS, focusing on African market infrastructure solutions for carbon markets and to contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals. In this context, Xange is preparing the launch of an implementation of its voluntary carbon credit infrastructure to channel carbon credit offsets from the African Great Green Wall Initiative. Xange will develop a carbon credit solution on the XRP ledger for the issuance of token carbonized credits in accordance with the standards set by the leading industries working groups like Interwork Alliance, a global blockchain business council initiative, and the Task Force on Scaling Voluntary Carbon Markets, of which Xange is a member. The IWA Sustainability Business Working Group created the Voluntary Ecological Markets Task Force to define the standards for tokenization of key elements for carbon credits, including contractual extensions, workflows, and analytics for creating a standards-based ecological market. These standards, based on the IWA's token taxonomy framework and Interwork framework, will serve as foundations for the Xange.com carbon credit solution on the XRP ledger. And why is it built on the XRP ledger? Well, of course, given its performance, scalability, and inherent green attributes, the XRP ledger was built with sustainability in mind and is one of the first major carbon neutral blockchains. Due to its federated consensus algorithm, the XRPL is significantly more energy efficient compared to proof of work blockchains that ensures low cost transactions. So carbon credits now being issued on the XRPL. Guys, this is done in collaboration with the United Nations. Something to make note of, considering this is all part and parcel of the Great Reset. Now, I don't know if you guys remember Tony Valentino from a couple of years ago. He was a bit of a riddler. I don't know if I'd consider him a riddler, but he had a lot of insight and felt very confident of where XRP was going to go. You got to remember, he was in the space, I think it was around 2019. Well, here's what he said. Here is just a screen grab, courtesy of Voxman X here, just describing what Tony said way back then. This will eventually make the UN the new bully on the block, and nations will get to decide who not to trade with, and if they step out of line, again, centralized power will come to play. So he was mentioning the UN way back then, another topic for another day. Now I want to ask you, which company is being called the Swift Killer? Which company has been positioning a digital asset to become a global reserve digital asset? Which company is working with the banks and governments? Which company has their tech integrated with leading banking and payment software providers to allow for the flip of a switch ease of access? There are roughly 2,000 cryptos at that time, 2,000. If you said Ripple and XRP, you are dead right. This is no accident or speculation. This is fact. I challenge you to prove me wrong. What does this all mean? It means that after hundreds of years of different sovereign currencies dominating, leader to failure after failure, the US dollar will be the last sovereign currency to ever hold the position of a global reserve currency. So he's even taken it one step further and I think insinuating that XRP will be the next global reserve currency. However, we've talked about this ad nauseum on this channel, and there are factors and people suggesting it will not. Some saying it could be part of an ESDR basket. Nevertheless, maybe a topic for another day. Do you think the Bank of England's Governor Mark Carney calling for a Libra-like digital currency to replace the US dollar was just some uncalculated talk? So that all happened a few years ago now, and it is interesting that he makes a point to mention the UN. The UN, part of this partnership with Xange to develop a carbon credit solution on the XRPL, and we know climate change, carbon credits, this is all part and parcel to the Great Reset. And if you guys had any doubt, I'm just going to go back here. Sir Moon down here posted this. Now, this is just an image of some very prominent people, some world leaders. We got Bill Gates here. And take a look at that, guys. On their lapels, there is a pin which looks like this pin here. And after doing a little bit more research, you can see what this is, and you can see what each of these colors represent. First, I guess I should say that what this is the Agenda 2030 Global Call to Action Against Poverty. And so this is the 2030 Agenda, the ultimate goal for the Great Reset. And you guys can just Google it, the circle of the 2030 Agenda, and all this pops up. No poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education. I mean, on the surface, all this stuff sounds very, very positive. Reduced inequalities, decent work and economic growth, life below water, life on land, peace and justice, so on and so forth. I mean, this is what everybody wants, right? This is exactly what we need in society in order for sustainable growth. The one thing, though, that people tend to forget is what we're gonna have to give up to have all this. And don't you forget that the powers that be are certainly not going to play by the same rules. They are still going to have their private jets. They are still going to have their steak dinners. They are still going to be able to travel whenever, wherever they want. But I found this interesting, especially considering this logo here, and I did not know this. This logo here was created into a lapel, and a lot of these world leaders and Bill Gates wearing this lapel. But the other thing is, I don't know if you guys noticed, look where else that logo pops up. It is actually the Xange.com logo as well. So if you had doubts, I hope those squashes those doubts. The XRP ledger, I mean, some may argue the XRP ledger has been created, was always going to be implemented to usher in a new financial system as a very critical part of the Great Reset. And now that we've got this exchange news, tokenizing carbon credits on the XRP ledger, Xange's logo being this colorful circle, which is literally the exact logo for the Agenda 2030 initiative. I mean, can that be sliced any other way? Tell me down in the comments what you guys think, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.